answer, we go up to 3 ops.
So just as a core play.
Exactly. Triple op is now going to be mousesports' way. They're going to push it that one step farther. They're going to be the first team to make this a legit strat.
Well, if ever there was a map to do it on, probably Dust 2 is it. So if we see it, maybe your theory is going to be proven correct. We are going to be right into it with LDLC starting on the CT side and mousesports on the terrace side. So welcome to the show here. This is the 3rd season of Fragbite Masters, and we're still in the upper bracket. First round of play. And first map in a best of 3. Some good shots put out there from Legia. Is going to tag MBK down to 10 health. That's definitely very frustrating.
Yeah, that's never a fun way to start things on a pistol round, no less. NBK, he still gets out of it in one piece. I mean, he's still alive, and that's the important bit. But him being down to 10 is going to mean that he has to play a bit more carefully from here on out. And he's just kind of floating around in pit right now. It seems like mousesports are gathering up for an A play here at least. They have the bomb, 3 guys up on short. One guy kind of peeking out into mid, seeing if there's a setup over towards CT. And now they got the information. They're going to just make a run for it. Everybody just running out onto this site. Shoxy's already started us off strong here with a headshot on Schneider.
Yeah, 6 bullets left. Happy's going to drop the bomb from Chris then. And Shoxy's going in for a little bit more. He's had time to reload in the meantime. Happy's going to take over, and it's going to be a 2-1-4 here. Looking really good for LDLC. In fact, Kiyoshima will come in with the kill and pick up the last 2, in fact, with the dual elites. So definitely working out well. And LDLC going to pick up that round. mousesports had a different plan in mind, because the guy down the middle, like you mentioned, they actually smoked off CT spawn, which I think was mousesports' attempt to say, oh, maybe we're going to go for a B-split push. And then you put one guy in there. I think for this to have worked, because obviously LDLC weren't buying that fake, not even a little bit. If the guy in the middle had run into someone and, you know, fired a few shots, maybe killed someone, that could have sold it better, but I think mousesports kind of went into that half-heartedly, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a bit too fast also, you know, to really sell that fake. But
this round kind of just evaporates for mousesports. They didn't get the bomb plant the first round, and I'm pretty sure they didn't buy armor in this round because they all died very quickly. And they still have some money. Maybe Legia did, but everyone else is going to be ready to buy the next round. And actually, they could buy quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, well, Chris J for sure going to be going for that op. He hasn't even invested anything in this round here with the P250, anything like that. He's just saving as much as he can. So AWP guaranteed on him. I imagine the rest of them are going to be going for rifles. So mousesports, they're setting up for that buy. They've got the flashes going out on long, and now it's going to come down to NBK here. M4A1 in hand. He has to be careful not to get caught out, but he's got that crossfire support. Happy with the double, and he's going to potentially get the quad, but it's not going to happen. It's NBK who gets it in the end. So 3 kills for Happy, 2 for NBK, and mousesports, they still manage to pick up a kill. So when you just go bum rushing out there and it looks like it's going to be a slaughter, they still actually manage to do a little bit of economic damage here to LDLC.
Yeah, Chris J actually spawning pretty close to middle, which is nice. Means he's going to get a chance to maybe pick someone off, but the smoke here is going to make it a lot more difficult. And in fact, not really going to get anything from it. I like the fact that he scopes up like at the bottom of the smoke like that, because when it's only smoked at the top, it used to be a really popular play that whenever that smoke hit, was a big signal someone was going to come and peek with their own orb underneath it. But LDLC don't even have an orb. In fact, all they have is 3 for Masters and 2 M4s, so interesting style.
Yeah, they haven't even bothered. I mean, this is LDLC saying, okay, we're just going to save as much money as possible. We have rifles, so we don't even need to actually go up to the M4s. We're confident with what we've got. And Chris J leading the charge here on Cat, alone as well. He just pushes right through that smoke and tries to get a pick off, but that's not going to happen. Happy will get rid of him, and now it's a man advantage for LDLC. mousesports, however, have rotated back around towards mid, and again, they put Schneider out here trying to peek around. Yeah,
it's really bad, though, because they've lost control of upper dark, so right now they're in a horrible position, and they don't even realize yet. They probably feel like, yeah, we have mid-control, things are all right, but in fact, they've lost control of almost the whole map, and Legia goes down here, and Kiyoshima, looking for a second one, will actually get picked up by Tabson, but swiftly returned by Smiths, leaving Schneider here in a 1-on-4. So LDLC, I mean, not only did the pick not work for Chris that he tried to do, they lost him early on. That kind of loss they can probably come back from. But while they lost Chris, they also lost Upper Dark, and that put them in a very near unwinnable situation. That was the only thing they could have done at that point, is if they had decided to rush B from middle, like at that exact point to sort of almost swap places with the CT players. I don't see that working in any other way.
No, they just get ground down like we saw. So now the question is, are mousesports going to have something to give to us here in the 6th round? Because again, they're down to pistols. They spent all their money, or nearly as much, or nearly all of it, basically in that round. So it's getting a bit brutal here for mousesports. And again, they're just going to try and gather up top mid, see if LDLC are going to push them anywhere. And now that they haven't, it's going to be the mid fight here. And Happy is waiting on Cat. He could have an opportunity here to pick off Chris J. He sees the shadow coming and picks that up easily.
Yeah, and actually Shoxy stole Online J's orb, and it's now tagged up as Online J, so you got to wonder if that's a bad move as well. Good kills coming in from Carrigan with just a pistol at pretty long range, the second kill. Really important stuff here. This is even if mousesports are never going to do anything much in that round, they do need to do some damage every round, because otherwise you can see now MBK at 12,000. Such a ridiculous bank only 6 rounds into the game. So they need to put an end to it. Double up now picked up on the LDLC side. And Chris, well, he's going to get peaked, but nobody hits any shots there.
Yeah, Smith's actually managing to... He went for that tried and true crouch peek, the one that we just spoke about. Chris J even reacting in time, but it wasn't good enough there. No kills, just information, I guess.
Ooh. And they're going to go quick out the middle here. They're not covering upper or long, so the fact that they're going quick is a good idea, because otherwise they could end up getting wrapped around. The bomb has already been dropped, so now they know exactly what's going on. Kiyoshima going to come out guns blazing, picks up 2 kills, and then... well, he's going to get back up quickly. LDLC are having some nice movement going into this. And it's just Chris and Schneider left. And Chris is going to miss that shot. That could have been a good opening. From the middle, Schneider does find some pretty good timing to take down Happy. But there's still a man down. And Chris is being backstabbed by MBK.
Yeah, he is, and the bomb is dropped at the doors as well. Nice running shot there by Chris, and he gets the double as well. Into a 1v1 situation now. NBK coming in from Upper Dark. But it looks like Chris has the time now. He expects the man to be out there. Oh, and he gets it done. Triple kill for Chris J, 1v3, and he finds it. And that was a position where mousesports, the bomb is in the middle of nowhere. It all comes down to the individual play from Chris.
I find it hard not to laugh because it's so ridiculous, but this is what Chris J does for this mousesports team. He had 0 kills before this round, so these are the first 3 kills he picks up in the game, and what a time to do it.
It's the power of Chris. We've saw it on Overpass. We've seen it all the time. He's just so good, and he's tagging him up left and right and mid as well. Smith even predicts it, sees it coming, and Chris J lands the shot first. So again, Chris J, 4 frags in a row now for his team. And mousesports, this is how they have to bounce back in here, because they are, after all, they're down 5 rounds right now, or down 4 rather. LDLC are sitting on 5 rounds. So they need to just take control of the half from here on out, and this is a good way to do it.
It definitely is. Shock's over and long with the 1-up, and Happy has the other one on short, so actually they got the A-bomb site fairly well covered here. Chris gonna go for it again, and he picks off Shock, so wasn't looking at angle. I'm wondering if he was double scoped towards Pit or something like that.
I think he was looking at the edge, because who else was gonna peek from the same position, right? Like, Chris J just hops up there again, no problem, and still gets the kill. So that's 5 kills now. Is it gonna be a 6th? No, he misses it.
If he repeats now, Happy's up there waiting for him, so he's got to be careful. Still got plenty of time here on the terrace side. 40 seconds. I mean, Dust 2 is not that big of a map. They can go back to either bomb site. Looks like they are going to commit to B, though, or to A, sorry, and they're going to have one guy faking, which is Tabson. He's just going to be making his own noise and hoping to force a rotation. And now Happy's in an awkward position. He's going to miss the first shot, does get the second one. Has to get a lot more here. Picks up the double, can't get the triple, and that might not even be enough for MBK getting that kill on Tabson. That's huge. Brings it back to a 3-on-3. The bomb is going to go down here, and can they retake the bomb side? They've got a smoke. They've got 1 kit on MBK, and he goes down, which means now Kiyoshima doesn't have a kit. He's out on long. He'd have to kill 2 people, run up on short. There we go. He's going to pick it up.
Yeah, he's got a kit now, but Schneider alive on the side is pretty much going to end him right here, unless Kiyoshima can hit the sickest headshot. Schneider is down to 56 HP, but he's doing so much damage to Kiyoshima, and there you go. The peak and the kill, and mousesports get that second round. I mean, you're right, though, that Kiyoshima was in a tight spot, because he had 1 smoke. So he could have actually just smoked off the site and crossed his fingers and hoped that Chris J would miss the off shots in. But this was sick here by Happy. Still, not enough to secure the round, but doing good damage there to mousesports. Like, if LDLC are going to have a chance of holding that position right there, it has to come down to Happy getting 1 to 2 frags, and he did just that. It just wasn't enough for NBK, who was just alone on Cat and walked right into Schneider.
Oh, I got confused for a moment. Tabson with the AWP, but I guess he spawned for long, so fair enough. Molotov on Tabson as well, and a really standard setup for mousesports here. Just not trying for anything elaborate, making sure they don't get flanked anywhere.
This is about as cookie cutter as it gets, in fact. 1-3-1 right now.
On short, I mean, thinking it's Shoxy who's up there. It's a bit hard to tell because the colors on the minimap are all messed up for some strange reason.
Shoxy misses that shot on Cat, so that's not going to help things. Kiyoshima, however, has picked up a kill on Schneider. So the entry frag goes LDLC's way. mousesports still kind of poking around here. You're right, it is a little bit confusing with these colors, but there we go. Flash out from Smiths. He's not going to manage to pick up Tabson, though. Chris J was scoped up and looking the wrong way, but Tabson there to cover his back, and now it's going to be Happy pushing out onto Cat. Not going to find anybody, however, but he is getting up to a position. He hears them stepping. He sees the nades. This could be a big kill for him. Gets the first one, and he's still alive.
Looking into the ground to try and make his model a little bit shorter than it otherwise would have been. A nice follow-up by MBK, though. Perfect timing here. Kiyoshima is going to miss that shot with the AWP. Now he's going to be careful, but Shoxy won't. He's going to take the one, leaving Chris in another 1-on-3, and he's going to pick up the first kill for it. Let's see if he can do the rest. Kiyoshima's turn here to look through the window, and Chris, he's got only 6 seconds left to try and do this, so there's absolutely no chance. Best he could have done in that position was probably try and put the bomb down like he did, but they weren't even going to let him do it, so no clutch this time.
Yeah, and because of how expensive that last round was for mousesports, and then they lose the following round, their money just isn't there. They can't bounce back with a quick buy to stop LDLC from gaining momentum. And that was such a crucial round as well, because both of these teams, it meant an eco for either one if they lost. So LDLC, now they're going to be able to get a decent buy together, holding on to those 2 AWPs, but mousesports are back once again on pistols here in this first half. And that's not looking too good for them, seeing as how they are on the T side of this Dust 2 map.
Shox again, just a very safe position. Well, in the meantime, mousesports going to be running out in the middle, and Kiyoshima's ready for it with a smoke grenade. Follow-up Molotov, so yeah, they get mid-control, but they can't really use it for anything, and in the meantime, they're being sandwiched in from CT spawn. Is Schneider hiding right next to Happy?
Yeah. Peekaboo Schneider. That's all he's going to get, though. 3 kills for Happy. Shoxy, 1 kill for him, but I liked that. It was like Kiyoshima going for like a half existence, kind of, smokes off the door himself. And I was kind of expecting him to wrap back around, but he still had a man watching his back there, so he didn't have to worry about upper dark. He could leave that to his mate. So that was actually nicely done there by LDLC.
I mean, Chris now has brought a scout instead of an AWP to try and fight the 2 AWPs on the CT side. It's not exactly looking good for mousesports, is it? I mean, LDLC, we did say they were favorites. But I mean, considering the map pick, Dust 2 and Mirage are like the 2 maps where mousesports really excel. So the fact that they're this far behind really makes me worried.
This is awkward here, however. It's going to be Kiyoshima alone. Chris J, he's got that scout. He lands that shot, and there you go. Kiyoshima was already tagged up. So 1 shot is all that's needed there to take that kill. And that's mousesports getting on here now with a 2-man advantage, 3-man advantage now as Schneider manages to spring his trap on Happy and mid. Shoxy will strike back and pick him up, and nearly picks up a second one on Tapson. Just trying to land that shot through the smoke, but he's not going to find the proper angle here. Although, does he? Oh, man. Just a second too late.
Yeah, Shox and MBK should probably just, look for exit kills, save as much as they can. I like the fact that Shox is far away and MBK is kind of close, but he does still have a lot of equipment on him here. He's got the Molotov, the kit, and 2 flashbangs, and obviously armor and everything else, so pretty expensive for him. He's going to Molotov in. Is he just trying to get as many kills as he can? That Molotov is doing a little bit of damage, but the bomb won't blow anyone up. And MBK is going to trade for an AK. So kind of a good finish to the round for LDLC anyway. I mean, they saved some equipment, and obviously they can spread the rest of the money around enough so that the rest of the team can actually buy. 7-3. I feel like mousesports have to make this like 7-8. I want to see them just come back and win for the next 5 rounds in a row, because I don't think they can afford to give up much more than this.
No, I don't think so either. Although CT side, they could be pretty scary with the off, Chris J, basically. But it's still just very tough, especially against a team of LDLC's caliber who aren't going to be making basic mistakes when it comes to their T side. Right now, mousesports are just getting mowed down over on long crossfire setup, and that's going to be pretty big here for LDLC. They take out Tapson and Legia, and NBK still alive, but as I say it, Schneider hunts him down with the nade and pits. That's not going to help.
Nice shot from Schneider here. Over on long, doing some work with the double. It does bring it back into a 3-on-3. They're making their way into the bomb site, and actually there's nobody covering it. The whole of LDLC is over at the A bomb site, worrying about other things, and that's thanks to Schneider just doing a good job. So it's been working out for mousesports in this round.
Getting those 2 kills on long, really denying the information there to LDLC. LDLC, although, LDLC rotating off of a bomb site before seeing a bomb is a little bit troubling. As I'm saying that they're not making basic mistakes, that's one of them. Smiths will manage to find Schneider out in mid. Shoxy just trying to find some kind of angle to work with here. If he can find that frag through the box, that would be really big, but the flashes is going to go through, and now maybe he can find some kind of shot.
No, Carrigan getting a good headshot there with the AK, going for a second one. See if he can connect with anyone. They're very low on health, and they're still not defusing, so, well, Carrigan goes down, and Shoxy's going to find that kill, and I think there's going to be not enough time here. Kiyoshima explodes, and so does Shoxy, so they got the kills, but they spent a little bit too long actually doing it.
And look at this, they actually have to eco now, LDLC.
which is great news for mousesports. That's what they need. Now, the reason why I say I think they need 8 rounds, because you're right, on the CT side, normally I'd say, yeah, mousesports, they definitely should be able to pick up a bunch of rounds, but they're missing Alu. So the double up setup is not there, and it's not like Schneider and Kerrigan are bad replacements. They're definitely not.
No.
But none of them are Alu, and he's, on this map, he's a big force.
Alu is huge with that AWP, yeah. The aggressive pushes as well. Mousesports are always such a pleasure to watch on CT side because they're not afraid to push around the map and just go for crazy shots with Chris J and Alu, but doesn't seem like we're going to have that tonight, so it definitely needs to be as many rounds as possible here on their T half for Mousesports. And it looks like we've just lost Legia as well. So
yeah.
That's a bit of a shame. 4-on-5 situation now for Mousesports.
It does, however, say timed out and not backbanned, so that's actually the first thing that occurred to me. Is like, oh, wait. Not again.
Not again.
Never again.
I would never believe it of Legia either. Like,
no.
That would be a true surprise.
Shark's going to be falling back, and just a pistol in hand. Can't really do much. Chris will open up onto Smiths, and I guess, if anything, this is a decent round for him to get disconnected in, because it's not going to cost him that much, I assume.
He's going to lose his gear, which is a bit pricey, but then Mousesports didn't have a whole mountain of cash either, so it shouldn't be the end of the world if his mates can actually manage to pick up this round fairly cleanly. This is still a decent situation for Mousesports, and they're getting kills left and right here. Kyoshima alive in CT, not for long. Kerrigan hunts him down. And it's just going to be MBK now, CZ, Kit. He's still got some gear on him, and he's got to be careful. He saw the shadow, so he knows somebody's lurking, but Schneider will find him around the angle, and that's going to be that 5th round for Mousesports. So 3 rounds left in the half, and Mousesports need all of them, and they will be able to drop here for Legia. Although he's only sitting on $150, so that can't be right.
I'm assuming he probably got...
He didn't get the match win bonus there.
Oh, that's a real shame. All right, well, unpause has already happened here, so nothing big going on. Chris with the AWP in the middle, and there's none on the LDLC side. So, I mean, that double-up setup that we were talking about earlier has kind of disappeared from them. They are significantly less well-off than they were earlier.
They had just, I mean, well, those rounds when NBK had 12,000, yeah, the heyday, right?
Yeah, the glory days. What is this? Is this like a different kind of smoke to CT spawn? Yeah, that's not the one that people normally throw. So this is kind of cool. This is actually going to be faster. So, I mean, normally you'd bank it off the other side of the wall and it sort of bounces in. If you wanted to do like a really quick B-split push, maybe that smoke is actually going to be... It gives people less warning on the CT side. I mean, they didn't use it for anything this time, but Tabson did try and see if he can get in. He's going to go down. NBK with a good headshot. Goes for a second one. It's going to pick off Schneider as well. And things are looking really good for LDLC once again. If they get back in the game right here at the end and make it 10-5, that'd be horrible for mousesports.
Nice flash there on the Kerrigan on the site, though. Good teamwork between the guys holding on long. That's MBK and Shoxy working together. But Shoxy gets headshot, and now Kerrigan's still holding his own here. 2-on-3 situation. Chris J's picked the man up in mid, and Kerrigan gets another headshot on Happy. But it is that 1v2 now. Chris J's got the bomb, and he knows that both guys are over on the A side. He's trying to wrap back around towards B as quickly as possible, but Kyoshima could be here to cut him off.
Yeah, but he's only got an M4, so it's not going to be like a straight pickoff, but it does mean maybe Chris can't put the bomb down. He's scoped up, going to be walking right in, and the no-scope fails. Kyoshima picks up a triple and makes it to 8 rounds for LDLC. And now we really are getting to the end of this first half, and mousesports have a difficult choice to make. Do they want to force up on 3 people and then leave the rest with, pistols and then hope to make it to 8-7? Because if they don't, they're giving LDLC a free round, and yeah, the choice is ready. And actually kind of a strange... I thought Tabson would have gone for a Galil too. So it's just Schneider and Chris. I would guess that means they combine the last round as well, so it's like a halfway...
They're evening their money out, basically.
I'm not much for middle ground. I would have much rather seen them just go all in at this point.
It's risky business, right? It's you're putting it all out there for that 15th round at this point. So, better than a hard eco. Or better than a pistol eco, at least. They decide to get some AKs to work with, or at least one on Schneider. So Schneider taking point, and this is kind of the job you're going to be expecting of him. Walk in, try and find the entry. Chris J doing the same thing on that A site. And Shoxy's waiting here with the big brother, the scout. AWP, peekaboo, gets the kill, and Chris J is out. Now it's down to the second one, and Shox can't land it. He's missing shots left and right, in fact, so this isn't looking too hot, and he gets him in midair. So got to call him out sometimes. That'll wake him up.
Oh, that bomb was sent flying as well, and Shox, you're right. That's 4 kills in just a few seconds, leaving Schneider down on long. So let's see if Shox can actually pick up the ace here, because that'd definitely be a very cool way to finish the first half. But it's going to be MBK running into Schneider and leaving it at 9-5. And now, obviously, mousesports, they did go for that halfway, so now they can still sort of buy up. It's not going to be perfect, but...
Actually, I'm surprised. I thought Chris J would have a whole lot more money. Like, I would be surprised. I'm surprised that he would go for the scout and not make sure that he has enough for the AWP in the last round. So that's a bit of a shame there.
I'm just not very convinced by that choice that they made, but They made it. It's theirs. Now they got to own it and keep playing. Happy pushed up really aggressively here in Lower Dark, and it's kind of cool that mousesports are holding so far back out. Unfortunately, MBK picks up that kill, but if LDLC kept pushing and mousesports kept playing defensively, they could have maybe got a free pick off on somebody here. But now instead, they're just taking a prolonged fight here. Schneider going to pick off one. Happy tries for the return, and Schneider does actually bring it back quite a bit. But somehow they forgot about the bomb that NBK is about to go and uncover, and that's going to leave them in a very bad spot. Look at MBK.
He's like double take moment. Like, wait, what? And he sees it coming as well. He knows they're going to be rotating back through T-spawn. NBK's in a great position. He's going to spot him at range, and he lands the headshot on Schneider. 2-on-2 now situation here. LDLC in control of the bomb. They've got both members there now as well. Shoxy's got that AWP to watch NBK's back with. And Chris J and Legia only AKs.
Just a very curious predicament that mousesports have put themselves in, because it was looking so good. Once Schneider got those kills, he's got 3 in total before he died. That should have been the big opening. Now Shox is going to peek out with the AWP, and actually that's a good shot from Chris. NBK still trying to play around this building, and he's going to miss them by just a second, but he's going to be there faster than they will. So if he just keeps running with the knife out, he's going to catch them at the crossover. And they pretty feel that coming too. Flashbang not going to connect. MBK picks up another one, and that's a great finish. Quad kill, and MBK, some absolutely stellar, not just rifle play, but movement play in this round. That's beautiful. 10-5, and LDLC have an absolutely sublime first half.
Yeah, that's not about as good as it gets. Obviously, they could have 15-0'd them, but still, that is a very solid CT performance there from LDLC. And you can kind of expect this kind of performance as well, just because LDLC, they're playing with the full roster, and they are definitely one of the top-tier teams out there. Whereas mousesports stand-ins, a new member as well, just with Kerrigan. You know, even if he doesn't, you know, he's kind of like that halfway stand-in right now. He's only just joined up with the team, so mousesports a bit unfinished here, and that is the money nade. Shoxy, Happy, and NBK all down so low before this even starts.
But Chris can't see a thing, so yeah, Flashbang's better than HE's, definitely so. Hiroshima waiting for anyone to flank up behind. LDLC want them to come, and well, Schneider, he's ready to take this fight, but he's going to go down to NBK, who's picked up a double. Happy with the double as well, leaving Kerrigan down on long. He's going to have to come up with some pretty sick pistol work here, and it's just not going to happen. Shox will pick up the final kill. So all that damage done, but the flashbang that LDLC threw is worth way more.
I was so sick, and that they were able to capitalize on that as well. Chris J, you could tell he just had no idea where he was facing a box like that. And now LDLC, they're prepared. You can even see Kiyoshima going up to an MP7 right now. Just if you go for an armor buy, they're going to have the damage. And Smith's not reacting there. Doesn't actually pull off the shot. So they do see two cross over to B site for mousesports though. So this is good information for LDLC to act on. Chris J still hanging around at mid. He gets flashed, and once again he could get rushed down, but he does have a mate there to help cover. Legia though gets annihilated to start, and they lose Schneider as well on B slope.
Yeah, Chris has put some distance between him and the people in the middle, but he's still going to be an 8 health here. Tries to make a heroic jump, and well, MBK not much for heroism right there. Kerrigan just creeping around enemy lines. I don't think it really makes a difference with what he does. I think LDLC are just looking to close this game out really fast.
They've got all the momentum. They're not letting up on it at all. Once again, they pick up the important rounds that allow them to get that head start in this half. Now it's just Kerrigan looking for exit frags, basically. He's just going to be lurking around the corner, but he's going to walk right into Shox. And with that CZ75, Shox gets that free kill. And this is now LDLC sitting on 12 rounds, soon to be 13 here as well, unless mousesports can pull off something magical. Schneider has got 2,500 in the bank, so he's going to go ahead for a P250 here. Chris J, does he go for a buy, however? Be surprised if he did. It's just going to be straight eco pretty much apart from Schneider.
Smith really wanted that as well.
That would have been style.
Hoping for the headshot. Actually, this Molotov is going to ruin their plans, because right now mousesports are setting up for a crunch in the middle. 2 people from doors and 2 people coming from short. But that Molotov is kind of going to put a bit of an end to it. When they do come through, well, the rest of LDLC have got themselves into a better position, and they just get shot down. Completely wrecked.
Yeah, that's wrecked is the right word. They got red, wrecked, Molly there, just doing damage. But now we get into the big round here. 19th round, it's going to be mousesports' first buy of the half. And the AWP is picked up by Chris J, but he doesn't have enough to even... He can pick up a decoy nade if he feels like it, but that's about it. He has no money left after this purchase. 4 rifles, however, here for mousesports. And they've got plenty of gear. No tag, no initial tag going through on those mid doors. And Chris J getting flashed into oblivion at long. This could open it up here for some pressure coming through. Shoxy runs point blank into Tabson, and he's going to get the job done.
I love this play coming out here from mousesports. MBK, though, is going to go down, and Chris has to try and hold his bomb site. He does spot the shadow of someone coming out of the smoke there. He's going to miss the kill again. Smith is just charging in. He's giving up on AWPing. He's just gunning him away, and now Schneider is going to be, 1-on-3. Just trying to get back into the game, but he has to clutch this to win this map for his team. Otherwise, they're going to be out, and Smith will pick up a double and win it and make it 14-5. And now mousesports, again, can't really buy anything, so that almost settles the map. What was really funny about what's going out over on long is that when those flashes and grenades came in from the LDLC side, and it was obvious it was going to be a rush, Tabson stayed behind, Legia and Chris, they ran the other way, so it was almost like one of those, just leave me behind, guys, don't think about me, tell my family I love them, I'll stay here and fight all of LDLC. And then he just got destroyed, and then unfortunately it didn't even help. His sacrifice was worth exactly nothing to the mousesports team. The Shoxy's going to take down Carrigan, and the LDLC team, they just soldier on.
They're in control of B site now, and BK flanks out Legia before he even knows what's happening. Chris J not going to go for the CT drop. He's going to try and work his way on short. There's a couple members from LDLC lurking around here, however, so this could get awkward, and NBK decides to put a bullet in his face, and Shoxy picks up the last one. But one thing to note is that Shoxy did actually spot that. He predicted that NOA tower. He saw it coming and actually looked through the smoke there just to make sure that they weren't trying to stack up on the other side of those doors. And just to follow up on that heroic story with Tabson sacrificing himself, I feel like that's the sort of point in time where I would have actually liked to have seen mousesports make a joint decision and say either we all stay or fight, or we all fall back. But this idea of leaving one person, it's a little bit different if Tabson is already in the pit, like all the way down the pit and just defending, because then things just change. Like they can still be up on the bomb site and flash. They can flash for him, and he can peek up, and there's lots more. They have other options, but the way they did it, it was kind of like half the team decided to fight, half the team decided to run, and maybe that's just because this isn't the full mousesports lineup. But certainly they're in a bit of a tough position here, but at least they've managed to land themselves in a 4-on-3, and actually that might work out. They're up in the T spawn. A really aggressive move coming out from Carrigan. And Legia's going to get the punish there on Kyoshima. Happy is back here in T spawn. He's getting hunted as well. Realizes it seems, but that's not good enough. Schneider will find the kill, and it's all down to Smiths now, who has managed to plant the bomb actually, but then gets taken out by Carrigan. Carrigan actually really solid play from him this round. 2 kills to his name, but both of them were crucial. In fact, he went for a peek early on in Upper Dark, as we saw. Got the initial frag for mousesports.
This was really not a pretty round from either team, because they were just all over the place. But I mean, I guess in the end,
confusion, man. And that's the thing. That's the crazy thing with mousesports as well, is that when it does get chaotic, that it almost seems like that's their element. Like they thrive on chaos. They want you to never know where they're coming from. Just be running around, chickens with their heads cut off. Oh, double AWP play here for LDLC on the T side. It's not something we see too often, in fact.
No, but I guess they could afford it, and because they're in the, they're in the 15th round, they feel pretty confident. The rest of the team's actually rushing into the B bomb site, so just charging in, and this flashbangs are apparently good enough that mousesports retreat, which is a bit of an issue for the CT side. They're going to try and re-peek, and somehow Schneider gets the kill. He should have been killed before he even does that. Carrigan picks in and peeks in and gets a kill as well. This is more than mousesports or LDLC should be allowing.
Yeah, this is really scary. Legia, Blob, this is sick. Doesn't do any damage, however. I think it blew up before it got there, but still, 2-on-3 situation. LDLC about to get flanked. Shoxy manages to find Tabson first, however, in Upper Dark, brings it back to a 2-on-2. Both remaining members here for mousesports on B slope, and they're just going to rush through the smoke of their own. And Shoxy's waiting. He picks off Legia, and it's all down to Chris J now, but that's not going to be enough. Kyoshima will pick up the last frag of this first map, and that's a 16-6 scoreline here. LDLC